differently with unique attributes. From managing a home to being entrepreneurs, through the ups and downs, we almost always win.
As I said, in the early stages of breastfeeding, what your body is using to make the milk is what you ate during pregnancy.
Adoption is a blessing. So if you want to adopt, it's a good thing to do, but just make sure that you do it in the right way.
The brand new season of the Talkative Mom Show is double the education, double the information and excitement.
Then I actually realized nobody cares. Yes, nobody cares.
Yeah. Join me, Eno Quagraine, and my guests this and every Sunday on MX24.
The Talkative Mom Show is proudly supported by Gokul's Healthy Options and Cerelac.
Hi there, I'm excited to come your way with football conversations, sports-related conversations, light-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations about the sport that we all love and are passionate about. Make a date with me.
Hi, good evening. I'm thrilled to bring you another exciting episode of the Talkative Mom Show right here on MX24. I'm your host, Eno Quagraine, and on this show we discuss all things parenting and we highlight women entrepreneurs who are killing it in their own little way. Now today we are discussing a topic that is rarely talked about, which is postpartum stroke. Did you know that this was actually a thing? Would love to connect with you on all our social media platforms. Share your thoughts, questions, and contributions at MX24GH on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Talkative Mom. This show is proudly supported by Cerelac and Gokul's Healthy Options. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Talkative Mom Show. We are the Float Wellness Spa located at East Airport. You can find them on Instagram at Experience Floats. Come here for all your postpartum and prenatal care. My lovely outfit is by Evic Store. Evic Store is located at East Legon and they are also on Instagram at Evic Store. Now today we are discussing a topic, like I already mentioned, which is rarely spoken about, that is postpartum stroke. And I have two lovely guests who are going to share all about that. We have Rachel Ajari Kunko, who is a mom of two who experienced postpartum stroke. And we have Abna Sewa Ajiman, who is a physiotherapist. Welcome.
Thank you, Eno.
So before we even begin, right, for anyone who has never heard about this, what is postpartum stroke? What is this all about? How does it happen? Since you are the expert, I want you to share what this is.
Okay, to begin with, I'll talk about the brain.
Okay.
The brain has blood vessels that supply it with oxygenated blood and nutrients.
Okay.
So in a case where these blood vessels are blocked with a blood clots or anything, or sometimes it gets burst, it reduces or interferes this production of oxygenated blood to the brain. Okay. So it cuts it off. So okay, that part of the brain that didn't get this amount of nutrients and oxygenated blood dies. So that's when it exhibits as a paralysis, depending on where or which part of the brain that was damaged. Okay. So when it affects the left part of the brain, we see that the right part of the body is being paralyzed or weak. And when it affects the left side of the brain, we see that the right part of the body is being paralyzed. Then when it affects the cerebella, we realize that even though the muscles are functioning, the person is fine and everything, the coordination and balance is really impaired. So postpartum stroke is basically a stroke that one gets after giving birth. So that's all.
Okay. I'll get into how often this happens because it's the first time I'm ever hearing about this. I had no idea this even existed. So Rachel, you're a mom of two.
Yes.
Your first baby, you didn't experience this?
Not at all. It was normal.
Okay. And then the second
one, I think the later part of the pregnancy, last trimester, I was told I had high BPs that will not go down.
Okay.
And then we kept trying to manage it. And then when it got to the 9th month, I was now told that I have to be a little cautious about what I do, the work I do, the food I eat, the energy that I put into stuff. But at that time, I think my energy levels had come up. Sorry if I'm saying small part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think the latter part of it, I had high energy levels.
Okay.
And I didn't listen, honestly. I was still working.
What work do you do?
I used to bake.
Okay. Okay.
That's before this happened.
Right. So I want to fast forward a bit.
Yes.
You had a C-section, got the baby out, and then was that when you experienced it?
2 weeks. 2 weeks later.
So you were discharged.
I was discharged.
Okay.
And then I went for a review.
Okay. Did you have any complications during the operation?
No, not at all.
Okay. So you went home, went for a review.
I think the day I went for the review was the day it happened.
How walk us through that process? How did that happen? How did it happen?
They asked me to come exactly 2 weeks from when I was discharged.
Okay.
I was okay. I was normal. They checked my vitals. Everything was normal.
Okay.
And then when I went home, later in the evening, it was a normal, day at home.
Okay.
And then I started feeling funny, headache, on my right side of the head. But I thought it was something that would go immediately.
Of course, yeah.
So I said they should give me something to eat, and then they were trying to get that ready.
Okay.
I was in the room with my mom. Luckily for me, I was with my mom in the room. I was feeding the baby. I was breastfeeding.
Okay.
I just realized I couldn't move my left hand. So I dropped, I think the baby was like this. So I dropped the baby on the bed.
Okay.
So my mom turned, what's happening? I couldn't lift my left hand. So I started, I couldn't talk at all.
Oh my goodness.
So I couldn't tell her what was happening.
Right.
So I was just shaking my hands, and she was like, Ray, stop what you are doing. If you are playing, because we were always playing. If you are playing, stop. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, I kept. So I was so lucky to have my husband around. Okay. He was in the neighborhood. So she called him. He has a little bit of medical background. So when he got to the house, he knew what exactly was happening. My mom didn't know.
So how long was this process? Because
it was very short.
You weren't rushed to the hospital immediately?
We were rushed when my husband got in.
Okay.
This let's say 10 minutes max.
Okay. And then when he came in, noticed that
he noticed what was happening. He checked my BP, and then they lifted me into the car. To be honest, the process, I can't remember some of them.
Right.
All I remember was it's an emergency. I think each time he got to a police barrier, he has to explain to them it's an emergency. I remember that. Okay. And then I remember my mom praying.
In the car.
And then I kept saying amen. My amen wasn't clear. They still teased me at home.
Wow.
It was amen. I can't remember, but that's what they say I was. Yeah. I remember I was saying amen, but according to my mom, I kept saying mama, and then got to the hospital, got admitted. They gave me some medications. It knocked me off. So I slept not knowing what had happened to me. It was when I woke up, I heard doctors discussing, and I heard stroke, and I kept hearing mild stroke. So I said, okay, if it's mild, then
it might not be that serious, yeah.
And I didn't know it was on purpose. It was my husband who was deliberately making them say all that.
Okay.
Then.
So wait, so it was not a mild stroke then?
It was a massive stroke.
All right, I want to move to Abena. At which point did you come in? Because you were you worked there at the hospital. You worked, okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
Per the referral system at Ridge Hospital, every stroke patient is being referred for physiotherapy.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was referred for physiotherapy. In the beginning stages, when they are at the hospital, the main goal is to make their vitals stable and everything stable.
Okay.
In her case, she had a little bit of swelling in the brain. So any form of little activity can increase the intracranial pressure.
Which is in layman's term, which is?
The pressure in the brain.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so we were doing minimal. So the main goal with physiotherapy when they are in the hospital is to position them well. So that because part of their body is weak, there's no muscle controlling the joints.
Okay.
So we teach them how to position with pillows so that it acts like, okay, there's something supporting the joint so that it doesn't drop, especially with the shoulder. Because sometimes if you don't take care, the bone here actually removes from there because the muscles are not actually controlling it. Then we teach them when they lose or when the other part gets paralyzed like that, they tend to forget that that part is there.
Okay.
So in order for them to initiate it, we always educate the caregivers to be talking to them on that side, to always remind the brain that that part is still functioning. So mostly the physiotherapy in the hospital when they are on admission is basically education on how to handle them, how to position them. Yeah, basically.
Okay. So you obviously slept, you woke up the next day, right? Yeah. Throughout this process, what happens? Do you have to go for surgery? What is happening? Or that's when you
with the
step
kind
in
of
and
stroke I had, I think they just did a scan. They wanted to see the extent and they wanted to see what exactly the kind of stroke it was.
Okay.
I think when they were able to determine the type of stroke, then they started, giving me my medication. I think that was the first thing I did when I got to the hospital.
Okay.
A scan.
Okay. So how long were you on admission?
I think for a week. Or two.
Okay. How long was she on admission? Maybe she doesn't remember.
She called me on a Sunday.
Okay.
I saw her the next Monday, and Saturday I started seeing her in the house. So
okay. So you started in the hospital and then you continued at home. Okay. This is obviously not a one-time thing. It's not how often is it a week, and how often do you have to have physio done?
Well, for when the patient is stable, the vitals and everything, it depends on the type of stroke.
Okay.
Well, we have two types. We have one, as I mentioned earlier, the blood vessels are being blocked by a clot. So in her case, she had a block.
Okay.
So they will use drug to melt the clot so that blood can pass through. But once it's dead, it's dead.
Okay.
Then we have the one that's the blood vessels burst. So the brain cells come in contact with blood. So in that case, that one, it causes a lot of swelling in the brain. So we really make sure that they are stable, no activity. So that one, they also manage by controlling the bleeding. So when they are in the hospital, we don't normally do viscous physio. So once the patient is stable, vitals are stable, then rehabilitation comes in.
Okay.
The first 3 to 6 months is very crucial, because that's when neuroplasticity sets in. So
what's neuroplasticity?
So neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to form new junctions or new connections. So it's just like we human beings learning a new skill. Let's say I'm going to learn how to play a piano.
Okay.
I was born without knowing how to play a piano. So the more you learn,
the better you become.
Yes, so the brain is forming new connections. So this part of the brain is dead. So we use rehabilitation, being it physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy.
You do all that?
No.
You have
all specialties.
Okay.
So we use that concept. Okay, she has lost this part, or the brain doesn't have this function again. So let me try and create this new function by introducing these new activities to the patient.
Okay.
So the more they do it, then the recovery starts. So because half of the body, in her case, she had left part 0. She couldn't stand, she couldn't get up from bed.
Wow.
She couldn't do this, even a finger. Everything was 0. She was bedridden.
She couldn't talk, nothing.
The speech was coming a little.
Yeah.
It was
gradual.
Yeah, it was gradual. But I remember when I went to her house the first day, they carried her to the hall for me to see her. Yes. So the first 3 to 6 months of post-stroke is crucial for physiotherapy because that's when we achieve a lot. Yes. So we always recommend that you start your rehabilitation as soon as you are being discharged.
Right. What specific kind of physio was she doing?
She was doing okay. Physiotherapy is mainly, we mostly use exercises to treat our patients. There's nothing like drugs, there's nothing like machines. So we mostly use exercises. So stroke rehabilitation comes in phases. So I know that, this phase, this is what is going on in the brain. So I adapt to this, but this is the case that she can't use the muscles. So I have to find ways. So mostly we use weight bearing. So maybe she puts weight on the hand. So that way it strengthens the muscles and puts weight on the legs. So gradually power will be coming into the hand. So maybe she'll get to power 1, power 2, power 3. So immediately she gets to power 3, she's able to move the hand. But stroke has a funny way that even though you are moving, you produce abnormal movements. So I don't know if you've seen a typical stroke patient.
I even have an uncle who experienced that.
So they have this kind of, So when they get to that stage of motor recovery, physiotherapy, we try to break it. Otherwise, neuroplasticity will set in that, this is how the person moves. So, but this is not the normal way that a person should move. So if you tell them to pick a cup, they go something like this. So you try to teach them the right thing on picking up a cup, combing your hair. So the proper movements, that's when, so it all comes in. So every stage and what physiotherapists do, depending on where they fit.
Okay. Abna, we are going to get to you very soon. There's so much to talk about because I want to get into what caused this specifically and how it was like for you as a mom, because you were a mom of 2. You already had, how old is the first?
She's 4.
She's 4. So you had a 4-year-old then, and then now you had a baby who needed you.
Yes.
You're also a wife, you're someone's daughter. How were you able to navigate all this through the illness? Okay, so we're going to go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have more.
In the first 2 years, your baby will experience amazing growth in so many ways. To fuel it, they need the right nutrition. With Cerelac, 1 bowl of goodness a day provides the wholesomeness of carefully selected grains, the Iron Plus, which helps support brain development, and the yummy taste baby loves, assuring you the right nutrition in 1 bowl. Cerelac, it's all good, Mom.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hi there, I'm excited to come your way with football conversations, sports-related conversations, light-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations about the sport that we all love and are passionate about. Make a date with me.
Need the best of in-depth analysis, top personality interviews, trending and breaking news all come your way. I'll be serving you with football conversations, life-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations, all on Off the Cuff. Join me, Derek Aim, this and every Monday to Friday between 4 and 5 p.m. only on MX24 TV.
Welcome back to the Talkative Mom Show. This show is proudly supported by Cerelac and Gokul's Healthy Options. Now, right before the break, we were talking about the rehabilitation process. And now I want us to move to your life. You know, at the end of the day, yes, you were a patient, but you were a mom first. How was it like at home? Were you even able to see your kids? Did they understand what you were going through? I know you have a 4-year-old, and then you had just had a baby. How was it like?
For me, I was blessed to have my mom around.
Okay.
You know, she normally will come when I'm almost due.
Okay.
Then maybe stay 2 weeks after I've given birth, and then go back.
Okay.
So she had come because she knew I was expecting.
Right.
So she was around. In fact, she was with me when it happened. Then she went to the hospital. She went with the baby. I think they went with me to the hospital.
Okay.
And then she went back to the house with the baby. And for my 4-year-old, she didn't know what was happening until I got back.
Okay.
I think when I was in the hospital, she spoke to me twice.
Okay.
And she said, I think somebody had told her what had happened, but didn't explain to her properly.
Exactly what it was, yeah.
You know, so she asked if I was well. I said I was fine. I tried to talk to her to understand that mommy will be fine. Mommy is coming home and all that.
So when you got home?
When I got home, it was difficult for her. I mean...
Yeah. Because she's, at the end of the day, she still needed you.
Yes.
Yeah. And then she's a child, so she still doesn't fully understand what it is.
She would ask me, why can't you walk? Why can't you go to the loo by yourself? You know, because my husband will carry me.
Oh, wow.
She would say, Mommy, why can't you do this yourself? But this is easy to do.
Yeah.
It was later when I realized I really affected her. It was her teachers who were telling me what was going on. She would go home to school and then tell the teachers, Mommy can't walk, Mommy can't drive, Mommy can't do this, you know.
Wow.
I mean, that was how the headmistress called me. So we now explained to her what was going on at home.
Yes.
So they too, I mean, they did a very good job. They explained to her, Mommy will be fine. It's because of the baby.
Yeah.
After a while, Mommy will be back. It affected her in school. It says sometimes she'll be in class and she goes off.
She's distracted. She's
she's just thinking. And when they ask her, she says, I'm thinking about Mommy.
Oh, you know? Yeah. And what were the cost implications? Because I don't think physio is cheap. You know, no,
physio is not cheap at all. And I think that's why a lot of people shy away from physio.
Yeah.
Because they have the regular physio in their hospital.
Okay, so having her come home, that was a private...
That was a private arrangement my husband made.
Okay. And then you had to have her come in, how many times in a week?
5 times a week.
Wow.
And I do it twice a day, 5 times a week.
Wait, when you say twice a day, that's what, morning, evening?
Yeah.
Okay, so I started with, yes.
Yeah.
She recommended later that I was a bit slow with my hands.
Okay.
Normally, from what they explained to me, because the hand does multi stuff, it's more difficult to recover with the hand. Fine motor skills, you know, picking your cup, drinking water, helping your hands to do stuff.
Yeah.
It took a longer time than my leg.
Okay.
And, you know, for quick recovery, I'd have to do it twice a day.
Okay. So let me move up now. How much do you charge? Yeah, because people would want to know just how expensive or how reasonable,
Quite
you know.
expensive.
Yeah.
But I don't. Almost all the regional hospitals and district hospitals have physiotherapy units.
Okay.
So we still see patients with stroke in our OPDs. Almost all the hospitals for physio OPDs.
Okay.
We had that option.
Patients tend to go for the private one because in her case, I felt it was the hospital that she went when she had the stroke.
Oh.
So I would think of the mental side.
Okay.
She was a mother. She wasn't able to even take her baby for weighing. There was no way she could go back to that hospital.
Right.
And Rachel was going through a lot that she felt she couldn't get her life back. So it was also affecting treatment. Yes. So the home having her support system around her was very good. And she was, when it comes to physio for quick recovery, frequency is key.
Okay.
Yes. So mostly we recommend that it's not always 5 times a week. Some patients do twice a week. Then they have their caregivers see them. But this is the case that they had a fresh baby. Mother was taking care of baby. Husband was taking care of her. And there's another child. They didn't have that enough time for her to do her home exercises. And Rachel was one stubborn patient. She won't do the exercises. Because she said it's painful, it's stressful. So as the physiotherapist that we were very hard on her. We were two. One colleague was going for the morning, then I will go for the evening. So it was the frequency too that helped with her fast recovery.
What's the price range? Just give us a price range.
Okay, depending on the location. It is between 150 to 250 a session.
A session, okay. And then she was doing twice a day, 5 times
hourly.
But right now we've reduced it to 3 times. Because the goal was for the first 3 months she should achieve like 70 to 80% independence. So after 3 months she was doing almost everything. She was driving, she was bathing, she could carry baby, she was doing everything. Right now she could pick her daughter from school. Yes, so we reduced it to 3 times in a week. Yes. No morning and evening.
And the session is how long?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. So I want us to even talk even more about this. Now, you know, you spoke about her, she was still a mom. Were you breastfeeding during that period?
No, I stopped because of the medications. I was highly medicated, so I couldn't.
So you really couldn't physically take care of the baby anymore?
No.
Yes, and then you had your mom assist.
Yes.
And then you would also come in with your colleagues to come and take care of it. I want to talk about the society we are in, okay? A lot of times, physio isn't our go-to. Did anyone say anything about it being spiritual, or are you Christian?
Yes, I'm Christian.
Maybe go to church instead of going to the hospital or stuff like that. Was anything like that? What kind of advice were you getting from different people?
We had mainly herbal, you know. A lot of people call my husband, oh, somebody went here, it was fast, it was quick for the person. And herbal is the best option.
Okay.
And then some called my mom. Some came to visit me, and then they would say herbal is the only way you can recover. But thank God, because my husband is in the medical field as well.
What does he do exactly?
He's a pharmacist.
Okay.
He's a lawyer, but he was first a pharmacist before he became a lawyer.
Okay.
He's practicing as a lawyer now.
Okay. So he
knew that
this was
going through the physio was the best way.
Okay. When exactly did this happen?
3rd December.
Just December.
2021. Yes.
Okay, and then so it's been about what 4 months now.
Yes.
How much have you recovered? Like, what's the percentage? What are we looking
80%.
at? About 80%. Okay. How long is this going to go on for?
It's a long-term something.
Okay.
But the way neuroplasticity is, she's still learning new things, but it will get to a time she won't be able to learn. That's when we say the brain has plateaued.
Okay.
So we try to get everything that she needs to learn as soon as possible before the brain plateaus.
It will get to a point where she won't be able to learn anything.
Yes.
What does that even mean?
Like the recovery, that's all.
Oh, so she's gotten to the end.
She has gotten to the end. That's when so it's a long-term something. Physio is not going, it's going to continue, but it's not going to be frequent. Right now, we've reduced to three times. It will get to maybe once in a month, just to make sure she's doing what she's supposed to do.
Okay.
Just to make sure she's not, you can reverse.
Oh.
Yes, because if you are not doing your exercises and everything, it's like learning a skill. If you stop doing it, you forget.
Yes.
That's how it happens. Okay. So we are just there to make sure she's doing everything. She sees a neurologist every 3 months, which I always recommend that every stroke patient should see.
Okay.
Should see a neurologist so that like it prevents the reoccurrence of happening, because once you get a stroke, your risk of getting it again is quite high as compared to someone who has never had it.
Okay. So she will have to keep doing this exercise till the end. Like she's not going to ever stop.
Right now, she's fine.
Okay.
But we try to make it fun by letting her do things that she likes.
Okay.
Like getting her back to her bakery.
Oh.
She bakes now. She drives now.
I'm done with that one.
Okay.
But right now she's having the challenge of fatigue. She gets tired easily.
Okay.
That energy level that she had is not there.
Okay.
So that's her main challenge, but we are still working on it, hoping that she recovers from it.
All right, so I'm curious to know what exactly caused this. Was it one thing that caused it? Was it the C-section? Was it what caused?
Okay, for causes of stroke, there are different causes.
Okay.
We have hypertension, we have diabetes, we have high cholesterol in the blood. Okay. We have obesity. There are so many causes of risk factors for stroke. But in her case, I think later it was known that she has an arrhythmia.
What exactly is that?
Abnormal rhythm of the heart. So when there is abnormal rhythm of the heart, there isn't this normal flow of blood. So there's kind of stagnation in the heart somewhere, which forms a clot. So it was that clot that traveled and went into the brain and blocked.
So that should have been identified when she was pregnant?
It was missed.
It was missed,
So it wasn't showing any symptoms or anything. She wasn't showing any symptoms of arrhythmia or anything. Okay. She was just pre-eclamptic.
Okay.
Where she was on drugs, she was taking her medications and everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So she wasn't showing any symptoms of...
Right. So this was something that was bound to happen?
Let me say it was happening, but we wouldn't have known if she had the arrhythmia until the stroke happened. She didn't show any signs and symptoms of the arrhythmia. Yeah. So in this case, I always say that we should do regular checkups.
Okay. Okay.
Because some of these regular checkups helps to rule out all
some of these things. Yeah. Now, Rachel, today, how do you feel? How do you feel physically? Mentally? How do you feel?
At the moment, I feel I'm getting myself back.
Okay.
But not 100%.
Okay.
And that's because of the fatigue, post-stroke fatigue. That's the most annoying part of the whole recovery journey.
It's like the smallest thing you do,
you get tired. You start something and then halfway through it sets in.
Yeah. And that's why you don't want to go back to the baking, because you loved earlier when we mentioned the baking.
Yeah. Because I've gone back to my regular job, like stuff I used to do.
Okay. So you're working full time now?
Yes, for myself.
Okay.
Which is good because then I have my timing to myself. I can regulate what I do.
Okay. What do you do now, work-wise?
Right now, I'm supply chain.
Okay. That's very vague. What exactly is that?
We have a supply company and a construction company that I'm handling.
Okay. So that's what you do now. Okay. So she mentioned earlier that you are 80% recovered. Do you feel like you are?
Physically, yes.
Okay. And then...
But totally...
You don't feel... Yeah. But one thing I would say, just looking at you, this is the first time I'm meeting you, I would have never guessed. Because you look... To me, you look fully recovered, but you are the expert, so you would know. Yeah, you speak well. Everything seems back to normal. Like, people would not even believe that just a couple of months ago you had experienced this. So I think the two of you have done great. I mean, especially you have done... Who
takes the credit?
Yes. But I think the key thing here is the fact that there was early intervention with physio. Yeah. And not, seeking other avenues to really heal. Now, the future, moving on, what is going to happen next? You are going to reduce the number of times you go see her, but then she has to continue the exercises. So very soon she'll be back to normal. That's what you're saying?
Yes, she will be back to normal.
Okay.
Right now, her complaints, every time when we achieve a goal, we set goals together. So I asked her, what do you want now? Or what can't you do now? Then we work towards it. So right now, her main problem is the fatigue. Just like anyone exercising and the person gets tired easily. So it's the endurance that we have to build. Right. So she goes to the gym once in a week. Okay. Yeah, with my other colleague.
Oh, so just go with someone, make sure.
With my other colleague, because we are two physios that we're taking care of. Okay. He's the guy, so sometimes he's hard on her. So for me, she can do bestie things.
That's not true.
That's not true.
She said I'm the wicked one, but she's like...
Yeah, she's hard on you.
So she goes to the gym to do some aerobic exercise.
Okay.
She goes for a walk 30 minutes every evening. So that's what we are working on.
Okay.
Right now, her main concern is her fatigue.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What advice would you give to anyone out there? For someone who's hearing this for the first time, what can they do? What advice would you give to someone out there?
Yeah, so I would say, number one, regular checkups.
Okay.
Whether being pregnant or not, you should always make sure everything is fine. Go for regular checkups. And if you know any relative or you've been through this, you should know that it takes time. The brain is a very powerful organ in the body, as I always say. Just as it takes a child some time to learn something, a skill. People who play piano, people who learn a new skill, it takes time. So you have to give your condition time to recover. There's no shortcut anywhere. We should try to understand that there's no shortcut. We should seek the first 3 to 6 months of stroke recovery is very crucial, and it's the best time for you to recover very quickly. So I would say that sometimes you should just trust your health professionals, the opinions that they give. Fine, people may go to other places, they recover, but we should know that we are individuals. Everyone and what happened. Maybe we all had stroke, but our physical presentations are different. So the fact that someone went here and the person recovered doesn't mean that you will also go there and also recover. And we should note that, fine, the person recovered, the person is walking, the person is using their hand, but is the person doing it right? That is the difference we make as physiotherapists. We make sure that there's normal synergistic movement when it comes, because we see stroke people walking all the time, they are using their hand, but you realize that, okay, this one, there's something wrong. So that is when, this is the advice that I would give to
So we need
there.
to seek experts, you know, advice and assistance. But thank you so much. Thank you, Rachel, for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
It was very, very inspiring. Thank you so much, Abna. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have Work It.
Welcome to Gokul's Healthy Options, the complete solution to all your vision and health needs. Our services and products include eye tests, frames, rehabilitation aids, and superfoods. Follow us on all our social media pages at healthyoptions.gh for more, or find us in Accra at 5 Tabon Street, adjacent Setco House. See better and feel healthier today with Gokul's Healthy Options.
To content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 Studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us on the first floor of the Silicon House building off the Boundary Road, East Legon. Give us a call on 024-235-5956 or 054-454-8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
Hi there, I'm excited to come your way with football conversations, sports-related conversations, light-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations about the sport that we all love and are passionate about. Make a date with me.
Hello everybody, welcome to Fit with Andy. My name is Andrina Coleman. I'm a certified fitness coach with specialties in postpartum fitness. I'm also the founder of Fit with Andy Studio and the Well Mama Project, where we aim to help women to live a healthy, fit, active lifestyle and basically unlock the best version of themselves. So I've been doing this for close to 9 years. It started off with a personal journey for myself. I started a weight loss journey, and then my friends, my family saw the results, and then they started coming to me for help with their own personal journeys. So that's how Fit with Andy was born. So before I started with fitness and being a fitness coach, I was doing interior designing for a while. I still do it now. I do freelance interior designing, so I do those projects on the side, and then fitness is my full-time job. So most people struggle with their fitness. First of all, they don't even know what to do, and then when they learn what to do, to try and stay consistent is another problem altogether. So I hope to be that coach that you can always come to help you with your goals, to help you stay consistent, to help you to be accountable with your fitness journey. The one thing that gives me fulfillment with this work that I do is when I see my clients making progress, when I see all their health markers improving, I see their body fat dropping, I see their blood pressure dropping. It makes me happy because it's not easy to be consistent with working out. There's one thing to work out once or once in a while, and there's another thing to actually have a consistent workout routine that you stick to and that you do every day. So when I see a client doing that and giving positive feedback on how fitness is improving their life, it brings me all the joy in the world. Typical day for me, I wake up at 5 a.m. So 3 times a week, I have a client who I have to go to who can't come to the studio for certain reasons. So I get to her at 5:30. I have a session with her for about 45 minutes, and I come back home, get the kids ready for school. We do school drop-off. Then I come back and we have some online sessions, we have some in-person sessions, and I do any other business-related stuff that I have to do, get the kids from school, and then we have dinner, and that's about a typical day for me, nothing too eventful. My goal is to create a world-class boutique studio experience where people can tune in from all over the world, and basically just to spread the good news about the benefits of keeping fit and healthy. Because most people think that, okay, I have to work out, but to me it's more like I get to work out. Working out is a privilege because some people can't even walk. They have problem with breathing and they don't even have the privilege to work out. So when we have the privilege to work out, I think we should take advantage of it and better ourselves in general. So human beings as a machine were made to move. Most of our health trackers will get better with movement. The sedentary lifestyle wasn't really meant for us, but over the years, that's what we've evolved into. So, I mean, if you have an active lifestyle, your health in general would be better. You can't buy good health. It's something you have to work towards with your lifestyle. So your fitness, your eating well, your sleep. Sleep is so important. Most of us underestimate the power of sleep, but we should be getting about 6 to 8 hours of sleep a day. And you see that everything, when you go to the hospital, you do your checks, everything will start improving with just these 3 things: eating healthy, getting enough sleep, and moving.
Welcome to Coco's Healthy Options, the complete solution to all your vision and health needs. Our services and products include eye tests, frames, rehabilitation aids, and superfoods. Follow us on all our social media pages at healthyoptions.gh for more, or find us in Accra at 5 Tabon Street, adjacent Setco House. See better and feel healthier today with Coco's Healthy Options.
In the first 2 years, your baby will experience amazing growth in so many ways. To fuel it, they need the right nutrition. With Cerelac, 1 bowl of goodness a day provides the wholesomeness of carefully selected grains, the iron plus, which helps support brain development, and the yummy taste baby loves, assuring you the right nutrition in 1 bowl. Cerelac, it's all good, Mom.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hi there, I'm excited to come your way with football conversations, sports-related conversations, light-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations about the sport that we all love and are passionate about. Make a date with me.
If you're into content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 Studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us on the first floor of the Silicon House building off the Boundary Road, East Legon. Give us a call on 024-235-5956 or 054-454-8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
Welcome back to the Talkative Mom Show. A big thank you to Fit with Andy. We loved the workout and we moms cannot wait to try it out at home. Now, this show is proudly supported by Cerelac and Gokal's Healthy Options. As you can already see, my face is wiped off and I'm ready for our next guest, who is Eno Quagraine, the CEO and founder of Ultimate Glamour. Today, she's going to teach us how busy moms can do a quick makeup routine before they set off. Welcome, Eno.
Thank you.
So today, what do you have for us?
Okay, so I'm going to be showing moms how they can have a quick makeup. Like, you don't necessarily have to do so much, but I mean, if you are going out or even just stepping out to the market, you can just apply a powder, or you can have something that you can switch the looks depending on where you are going to.
Okay. So you have a couple of makeup products here.
Yes.
You sell these products, don't you?
Yes, I sell
some.
some.
So where are you located?
Legon Campus, Pentagon Block A.
Okay. And how long have you been running?
So I've been running this for about 10 years now.
Okay. Oh,
yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
We'll talk more. I just want you to walk me through how I can make my own self before I go out.
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
We are about to start the makeup, and usually the first thing you do is to prime your skin.
Okay. So what does this help with?
I'm using the Scandinavia primer. So this serves as a barrier between your face and then the makeup. It also protects your skin so that you're not applying the makeup directly on your bare skin. And you, depending on your skin, you can choose maybe an oil control primer, which will help minimize the oil, or if you have a dry skin, then there's no need to go in for an oil control primer.
I have a dry skin. So.
So it depends on your skin. Okay. So after that, we just apply the foundation, and I'm using the Huda Beauty foundation. So something like the Huda Beauty is very full coverage. So you can even, if you want a very good look and you just want to apply foundation, you can go in for something like this, because a little goes a long way.
So full coverage basically means that a little spreads all across your face.
Yes, and then you get a smoother, cleaner finish than the water-based. With the water-based product, sometimes you'd have to contour, highlight to be able to make the product come out well. But with the full coverage, just a little goes a long way, and you still get that very clean, nice look.
Right. Okay. So let's talk more about your business. So you said you've been running it for about 10 years now, isn't it?
Yes.
How has it been like so far? What are the ups and downs?
So it's been great. There are some challenges, but then once it's something you really want to do and you're passionate about it, I think you overcome every obstacle.
Yeah. What kind of challenges have you been facing? Maybe one or two?
So I think with my business, it's usually with sometimes getting your stock at the right time.
Oh, so you import them?
Yes, because we import them, you need to sometimes wait. You have that waiting period, and if by then you've already run out, then you have to keep telling people will be in soon, and some of your clients may not be so patient and all that. So in between the waiting period and getting your goods can be sometimes frustrating, but I mean, it's all good.
And I imagine that you have a lot of competition, because I mean, makeup products, quite a number of people sell it in Ghana.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, I mean, how do you deal with that?
So I think with us, what we do is we give each client a unique customer experience.
Okay.
So like currently, I'm expecting some goods on 30th. I've kind of kept some people waiting for at least 3 weeks now.
Wow.
And they are still waiting. It's not about the fact that they can't get the product anywhere else.
Sorry, so we are done with the foundation.
Yeah, so right now we are done with the foundation.
What do we move to next?
So we are going to just apply powder.
Okay. So why did you choose to stay?
To stay?
Yeah, your customers. Why did they choose to stay?
Yes, so as I mentioned earlier, it's about the experience we give them.
Okay.
So I'm not just selling to you, I'm also building a relationship with you.
Right.
So that you know that, oh, this is somebody I can call at any time. Like there's been weird times that I'll go and deliver to someone's house, even 11 p.m.
Wow.
So once you do that for a couple of times, or sometimes the way you are nice to the person, you take your time to explain the products to the person, they feel very welcome. Yes, so it's easy for them to want to stay with you.
For that I can attest, because I mean, for you, I'm able to reach you at any time, and I love the fact that you sell authentic brands. Like there are lots of imitations out there.
Yeah.
How can someone out there be able to determine what is fake and what is legit?
Okay, so usually there are a series of things you can use to determine if a product is fake or original. But then the easiest is to buy from places you trust, because these are a couple of things. For instance, there's no way any authentic brand will make a spelling mistake on their product.
Right. What products are we using now?
Okay, so talking about product, this is the Sephora palette. So this is a 5-in-1 product.
Okay.
It has a blush, it has a contour, it has a bronzer, it's a highlighter, and the whole thing can be used for eyeshadow.
Okay.
So for people like moms who wouldn't want to own so many different products, but they just want that one palette that even if you have just foundation, powder, and your primer, you can do a good, nice makeup. This is a go-to palette. So that maybe days you want to do just an eyeshadow and blush look, you can do.
So what are we doing today?
So right now, today we are just going to do eyeshadow and blush look.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you were saying that with regards to the brands, usually when you see a spelling mistake, that's one of the key signs.
Yes, one of the key signs.
Is there any other way to determine if it's fake or real?
And also the font sizes, but you can only use the font size if you've ever used the original products before, and then you are used to it.
Right.
So that, let's say if there's a particular way, let's say Mary Kay spells their Mary Kay, and you've gotten that right, there's also a particular font size they use, and they will not change it.
Okay.
Mostly they'll hardly change it. If they change it, it will be on their website, and then it's something you can easily check. But with the fake product, any font size can be used.
Yeah.
Maybe the original product used a small font size, but the fake one might have a very big font size.
Yeah.
And also another thing to look out for is prices.
Okay.
Although prices can be deceptive, it's a good way of finding out if something is fake. The cloth Holland has a price point, okay? I'm sure that there's no way you go to the market and find Holland at 40 cedis. So immediately you see that price point, you know that there is something wrong somewhere. So that's how makeup is. Every brand has their price point.
Right.
So if a product is being sold at, let's say, $50 outside the country, there's usually no way it can retail for, let's say, 100 cedis in Ghana, even if the person got it on sale. So going to the official website of the brand, and at least having an idea about the price will tell you, will give you an idea about the price to expect.
So now this is an eyeliner.
Yeah, so this is an eyeliner. So I actually did a one color eyeshadow look.
Okay. This seems like it doesn't take too long.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's like, today I've learned quite a lot from you. I was also told that makeup expires, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the average, how long does it take before you have to discard your makeup?
So it actually depends on the type of product. mascaras and liners usually have the shortest lifespan.
Okay.
Whilst powders and foundations have the longest lifespan.
Okay. So usually, how long what's the lifespan for mascaras and eyeliners?
So mascaras and eyeliners are usually 4 months to 6 months, depending on the brand.
Okay.
And then liners, foundations and powders are usually 2 years. Some eyeshadows are 1 year.
Okay.
And you know, these are chemicals, so you want to be sure you are using the right thing and also sticking to the guideline rules.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you don't want to use something and after some years you start reacting to it. So now this is important. This is a lipstick.
Okay.
To keep to the guidelines, especially with eye products.
Okay, what brand is this one?
So I'm using the MAC lipstick.
Okay. Oh, I feel like it's already turning out very nice.
It is.
Okay. Thank you so much. Are we done?
Yes.
Yeah, done.
That's the last thing. We are going to set your face. Okay.
Nice. So you set it before and after?
Yes.
All right. This is a mascara. Okay.
No, so the first one wasn't a setting spray. It's a primer, but it's in a form of a spray.
Okay, it looks very similar.
Yes, so you have the primer spray and then the setting spray.
Right.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, this is pretty. This is
a very
natural.
simple,
I love to look
natural
very
look.
close
You
to
can
myself.
just do something like this, go to church or anywhere you want to. And I mean, if you want to switch it up, you can always contour the same look to bring it out more or add highlighter to it.
Thank you so much, Elom, for taking us through this and then also educating us on the importance of buying the right brands from the right people. Thank you so much, Elom. Do you have any final words for anyone out there? Where can they reach you?
All right, welcome. So if you need any of these products to buy or you want to learn a quick way of doing your own makeup, you can find us on Legon Campus, Pentagon Hostel. Our website is www.ultimateglamour.shop.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then also on Instagram.
On Instagram, you can find us at Ultimate Glamour.
Ultimate Glamour.
Yes.
Thank you
so
much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for tuning in and staying throughout. Thank you to our guests, Rachel and Abna. Thank you to Andy from Andy Fits with Andy. And thank you to Elom from Ultimate Glamour. We loved our session. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We'd love to hear your thoughts, comments and questions at MX24GH on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Talkative Mom. This show is proudly supported by Cerelac and Gokul's Healthy Options. See you again, same time next week. Bye.